But I feel like when you're in God's purpose, He definitely supplies.
Definitely.
Like if you're struggling way too hard, then I don't think God is saying go over there.
No, for
like
real.
if He says I'm gonna have you do this, He's gonna supply. It may look different than what you wanted, but He's definitely gonna give it to you and give it to you tenfold.
If there's a big decision for me, I kind of feel like I have to ask God first. Like there's no like, I don't really have like a business mentor or anybody who kind of like gives me answers to things. So I feel like I always just kind of run to Him for like literally every step of the way. And I think that's kind of like what helps me.
The process of getting this building.
It was a lot.
Let's talk about that. What was the beginning steps like?
So, I mean, for one, I don't have any like rental history or anything like that because my last place was in Atlanta. That's number one. So I didn't really have a lot of like knowledge when it comes to like credit, rental history, things of those sorts. Like the paperwork of it, right? I just had my hands and like what I could do, right? So it was really hard finding someone to like believe in me, to be like, okay, this girl, because at the time I think I was like 24, 23, searching for buildings like, you're young, you're Black, you're a woman, and you don't have any credit, really. So it's just kind of like, why should we believe in you that you could take on this type of situation? So it was really hard. I went through like 3 buildings before I found this one. A lot of no's, a lot of humbling no's.
Humbling no's.
Yeah, humbling no's. That makes you feel like, okay, should I do it? Should I not do it? Maybe it's not my time yet. But
so with all those no's, why'd you keep going?
Because I felt like, and honestly, to be honest, the last one that I got, like the last situation, was more so like, okay, maybe I'm gonna stop. You know, I thought about it like, am I forcing?
Stop what?
Looking.
Oh, I thought you stop doing hair. I'm like,
No, that was never gonna happen.
Okay.
But it was more so of like, let me just pause. You know, maybe it's not my time yet. That's where I was starting to get to, and I feel like in that moment of me pausing is when I found my actual building. You know, because I kind of like went through a situation where I put a lot of money into a building, thought that it was going to work out. And I just ran into a lot of like problems after problems in the building. Like it was like the floors and the air conditioning, ceilings, things of those sorts. And then it became like, okay, maybe this shouldn't be something I should be putting my money in, right? And so I just paused and I was just kind of like, okay, well, maybe I should just look into getting just a suite or something for now. Because no matter what, I wanted to leave my mom's shop. You know, I just felt like I could have stayed there, but I felt like I was getting older. So it was just kind of like, maybe it's time for me to do something for myself, right? So in the midst of me looking for a suite is when I came across the building that I'm in now. So
how did that happen? Like,
it was so random. Like I had decided like, okay, because I think I had ended off the building that I was originally working on in like December, I want to say, of 2019. I want to say that. Like something traumatic happened. I had went out of town, came back, and like the windows was like shattered and stuff. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm done. So after that, I was just like, okay, this is not it. I'm not doing this anymore. January, February comes around. I'm just kind of like, let me look for a suite. And I was driving down the street, like going on my way home actually, and I seen a for rent sign. And so I seen a for rent sign. It was in front of this building. And I seen that it was like a storefront on top, but the top part looked like it could have rooms, like an office type of building. So I was just kind of like, okay, let me call and see if they have like a suite available. So I called and I asked the lady, and she was just kind of like, well, what do you do? That's what she first asked me. And I was just like, oh, well, I do hair, so that's what I plan on doing in there. And she was like, oh, well, I have a salon downstairs that's available. And I was just like, a salon? And so when she told me that, I was just kind of like, okay. So she was just like, well, this. And I was just like, well, I don't have all of that. You know, I don't have, credit for this, and I don't have that. And she was just like, well, just come in and see. So I came in, we spoke, and that's when it just she just took a gamble with me, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Like, literally.
Where do you believe God was at in this whole process, even when you walked in the other building and the glass was shattered?
Okay.
Like, God, you told me to do this. What's up?
No, literally. No. Literally, I was like, wait, what is going on? This is never ending. Like, I feel like there was like, he was more so like bigger. Does that make sense? Or maybe, no, I have something better for you.
Okay.
Sometimes, and this is why I was saying, like, I felt like I was forcing the situation because it wasn't easy from the beginning. But I feel like God was just kind of like, no, this isn't for you. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. At the time, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was actually like emotionally like traumatized.
I would be fighting him like, God, yes, it is.
It really wasn't a situation where I was just like, okay, well, I'll try again. No, I was really like, no, I'm done, you know? And it wasn't like I lost faith in God, but I was just kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't my time. So let's just see, you know, when the time comes, I'll find what's going to work for me.
So in that moment of waiting for a time to come, did you go back to your mom's shop?
Yep, I was still at my mom's shop. I never really left. So even the salon that I was working on, the whole time I was working on it, no one knew.
None of your mom?
My mom knew.
Okay.
So it was literally like my parents and like maybe 2 of my friends out of all of my friends knew that this is what I was working on. And they knew about it, but my clients didn't know. Like in between clients, I'll leave to go check on it and, you know, contractor work and stuff. But a lot of people didn't know what I was doing at that time. So I never left my mom's salon. I just kind of like stayed there until I found something that was really going to work for me. Yeah.
I know that's a huge struggle with your progress.
Yeah.
What other struggles did you like hit while you're trying to get this building?
So it started off with that. Once I actually did find this building, it was a sense of trying to find like someone, like a contractor, to kind of like work in the building for me. Like money wasn't really like, so one thing I'll say about this beauty business is it's up and down. You know, there's seasons for everything. And I tell these girls all the time, and just anybody who comes in my life, like there's seasons for it. Some seasons it's good, some seasons it's not. At that time, it wasn't the best season. And I'll say that because, you know, we have splurges, like holidays is usually the best time. Yeah. And then after the holidays, everybody's like, I'm done spending money, right? So who's going to get their hair done, right? That's the last thing they're thinking about. But I feel like it was like, who's going to work with me to make this happen at a sensible time and not too much fun. So I was dealing with that type of situation. So I came across somebody who kind of just took a gamble with me again, I feel like. And I just feel like God was just sending random people to me at that point. I feel like it's like it was just falling in my lap. Like I would be looking a whole different place, and then this person would just pop up and just like, okay, and then it'll work, you know. So
that's really beautiful. I feel like when you're in God's purpose, He definitely supplies.
Definitely.
Like if you're struggling way too hard, then I don't think God is saying go over there.
No, for
like
real.
If He says I'm gonna have you do this, He's gonna supply. It may look different than what you wanted, but He's definitely gonna give it to you and give it to you tenfold.
Definitely.
So right now, being the owner of Main Gala, we walked around the store. You showed me like your suites and everything. So what if I come in here, what can I get done?
You can get hair installs, obviously. You get your braids, you get wigs, you could buy bundles, you can buy products to maintain your hair.
Okay.
You can also get like things like waxes, you could get makeup done.
So one-stop shop.
Literally.
I love it.
I love it too.
So right now, as an owner of this, how much more are you making from when you were in Atlanta thinking that was it for you?
A lot more, obviously. A lot more. And it's more like fulfilling too, I guess. Just seeing the hard work at play. It's just, it's fun. It's good to see, you know, how much work I put into it. So, yeah.
So how do you maintain this success, the store?
It's not easy.
You get, I know I saw on your story today, you pay like over $3,000 for just AC. Yeah. So I want us to talk about the maintenance of owning a business, owning a salon. No, don't just say that. I want you to tell the girlies out there, like, girl, if you want to do it, it takes passion and purpose for you to get there, because the stuff that will happen, you would need to push through. Yeah. So what does it take to maintain this salon?
It takes patience, number one. A lot of patience, because besides just maintaining the place, you got to maintain the atmosphere, the environment, make sure people are comfortable to want to be here to work. And I think that's something that I'm still working on still to this day, is that pressure of making sure everybody is okay, you know, mentally and emotionally, like they're happy to be here, right? So I guess it takes a lot of patience, a lot of like funds, and a lot of like just kind of like self-motivation, like get up, go to it. Because if I just stay home every day, I won't know what's going on here. So it's a lot of like, oh, why are you here? Well, if I'm not here, then how am I gonna know? Right? So just
How do you invest in your own business?
As far as like what?
Like if you get paid this much amount in a month, how much of that do you put back into your business to make sure everything's running smoothly?
I pay myself about like 10%.
10%?
That's all I pay myself.
Wait, hold on, pause.
No, I'm literally serious. I really don't pay myself that much. Like I literally reinvest pretty much like 90% of my funds into my business. And I feel like you have to do that in the beginning if you want it to stand. You know, a lot of businesses go in and then be out in like a year or two. I really want this to last longer than what it, you know, like longer than the average business, I guess, or Black owned business, I want to say, because if you don't invest in it, like it doesn't keep going. It's one of those things.
But like, 10%, that's
crazy, right?
Like
I know a lot of people
you would think that like at least 50% goes to you.
No, literally, because about 10% is me paying myself. Besides just the store, though, I have like 2 different revenues coming in. So I do hair, so that's a revenue that comes in for myself. And then as far as like what comes out of the store, is just literally like 10% goes to me. The rest goes into like inventory, because you know I sell hair, I sell products and stuff. Then it goes into maintenance, like things like what I was telling you guys earlier with the AC, and then just little things, miscellaneous things like what cleaning supplies, you know, certain things to keep it up.
On Instagram, everything looks so glamorous. Like I own a salon, I own a business. Like I look like I'm comfortable, I'm okay. But really, behind the scenes, you have to work harder than the 9 to 5.
Literally,
you have to have less sleep than 9 to 5.
It is.
Would you work? Oh, sorry, no, go on.
No, you go. No.
Would you recommend like a business to just anybody?
No, I honestly feel like if you work a 9 to 5 and you don't have that passion for the company, then you're not supposed to be a business owner. Because like for
wait, hold on, say that again. So like, if I'm working 9 to 5 and I don't have a passion for the company I'm working for, not my job title, but the company. I'm not meant to be a business owner. Or
it might not be for you. And it won't be an easy road for you. So what I'm saying is, so like if you're one of those people who clock in at 9 a.m., 5 p.m., you're at the door. I'm gone. And your phone is off. If your boss calls you and says, hey, did this and that, I'm not on the clock. You don't care. Then, you know, this wouldn't be easy for you, because it really never stops when you're a business owner. Like you're at home. It could be Sunday. It could be Saturday night at 10 p.m. Something happens, it's your problem, you know, like, so if you're not one of those people who are diligent enough to care enough for how everybody feels in the business, or how things are when you're not even there, or if you're not somebody who likes to like prepare yourself for like future days, and maybe this isn't something that I would suggest for you, you know, but it varies also based off of like what you're into, if that makes sense. Because like
I think passion has a lot of like you can do like the 9 to 5 thing, you can do that, and if you're passionate, some people be in the business for like 20 years, 30 years, like I don't know how you're doing it, but but I think if you're passionate about something, you definitely push through, because you see the bigger picture. You see where you want to go. And the way you're talking, it seems like a lot of mental toll. What is like the mental health like being a successful business owner?
I feel like like it's a lot, as far as like I have to keep myself mentally driven every single day, because the issues that I face on an everyday basis can really put you in a hole, like a dark place, if you're not careful. So I've definitely went through a lot of different phases where it's like, do I really want to do this? Or this is so tiring, or like I wish I was like back at my mom's or just focused on myself. Like, but you know, if the passion drives me, and then just the like, I feel like my faith kind of like helps me pick me back up, if that makes sense.
So I'm guessing your faith is your outlet when these mental things happen.
Definitely. I think all my friends could kind of vouch for that.
No, like, I know. That's true. That's true. So what's your relationship like with God in your business? Do you feel like you need him 24/7? Like, God, that's my business, but it's also what you want.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of businesses out there that's like, it kind of differentiates. It's kind of like science and creativity, and then business and God. How do you mesh that together?
So I feel like for me, really, like, it's more of like a consistent thing for me. Like, I have to, like, I constantly pray over my business. I constantly, like, I just dedicate pretty much everything to it. Like, if this doesn't work out, what do you want me to do? You know, like, if there's a big decision for me, I kind of feel like I have to ask God first. Like, there's no, like, I don't really have like a business mentor or anybody who kind of like gives me answers to things. So I feel like I always just kind of run to him for like literally every step of the way. And I think that's kind of like what helps me.
Yeah. Because you mentioned how when things wasn't going smoothly for you at the other store when you're fixing, you didn't have a fit like God, It was more of like, okay, maybe it's not my right time, and at the right time, I know you're going to supply.
Definitely.
So faith definitely allows it to run smoother than the other way.
Definitely.
So you work with a lot of women.
Yeah.
A lot, like what, 10, I believe?
Yeah. Well, I have 10 upstairs, and I have 3 down here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you handle the emotions, a lot of personalities?
It's a lot of personality.
Yeah, how do you handle that on a day-to-day basis?
In the beginning, girl, I couldn't handle it. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, in the beginning, it had a toll on me. It was not easy. Like, because as much as I love women, like, so for me, like, I say I love women, but I gravitate towards a certain type of woman, right? And I feel like certain people do. Like, everybody has their circle or what type of people, you know, they connect with. It's kind of different in business because, you know, some people, they might not be anything like what you would speak to outside of business, but then you connect with them on certain different topics or certain things. So I think for me, it was like hard trying to like understand people's thought process. As much as we want people to just speak how they feel, a lot of people don't. And so you have to like make them feel comfortable enough to want to, or trust you enough to be like, okay, well, this is how I feel. Don't take it this way, right? Or set a certain type of boundary, because if not, things go left. So it was hard in the beginning for me, just kind of like teaching myself to open up enough to be like, if this is going to work, I have to let them feel comfortable with me. I have to go out my way to make these people feel comfortable with me, or else it doesn't matter who comes in here, they're going to go. Does that make sense? So
I know for a fact when I come in here, it feels like a sisterhood. It's not like you're here, I'm here. It is a sisterhood that I feel in the presence here. How do you maintain that? Because women, we fluctuate up and down.
No, definitely. I feel like it's a sense of like, once you guys pass that comfortable place or whatever, like that fine line of being comfortable and not, it's understanding how people move, or like, you know, sometimes everybody have bad days. Not everybody's happy all the time. I'm not happy all the time. Like, you feel me? So I feel like it's kind of like understanding, like, and having that humble, like, understanding like, okay, today might not just be a good day, but let's pause, and then just kind of like letting them flow back into themselves, you know, or just asking like, are you okay? And just so it's paying a lot of attention to people, I think, for me, and just giving people what they need, whatever that might be.
So you're not just focused on your hair, you focus on the lives and the emotions of these women to make sure they're also prospering in their lives. And one thing that I saw, I don't think I ever told you this, but it inspired me, like the fact that you're not just focused on yourself, you focus on how you're going to raise these women to be their own bosses as well. And there was one Christmas, I think you did like a Christmas Secret Santa thing. I don't know what it was, but I saw it and I was like, this is powerful, because women, we can easily easily go against each other. You can easily be like, oh, you work at my salon, but you do hair better than me. Let me kick you out. But you have that inclusiveness with your girls that allows them to feel like this is not family, but we can be family. This is home for me. When I come to work, there's no grabble going on. There's no little drama going on, but I'm going to be with my sisters. And I love that because it kind of brings together what I preach, womanhood, sisterhood. Definitely. Like, I'm here to see you, like, feel you and help you and to push you to be who you're supposed to be. Definitely. And there's no jealousy, there's no drama between that. And that shows how you can be prosperous, you can be successful, and the next girl next to you can be happy for you just the way she is for you as well. So I definitely I love that about Mangala, that you have that culture and you keep that up, and it's not just about you, but it's about anyone who steps a foot in this salon. Yeah.
Personal development, really. Yeah. It's like, I want you guys to, like, okay, so like when you're at home, whatever's going on there, when you come in here, like, you're good. Like, I want them to feel like that. Yeah. You know, like, you could come here and be okay. Like, whatever that is, you could leave it at the door and walk in here and, like, we gonna laugh with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna make you feel good. Like, that's what I want. That's like my goal for real. Yeah.
So when I look at you, I think of confidence. Okay. Powerful. She said, okay.
No, like, for real?
No, I do. Like, I think of confidence, powerful. Like, there's this power in soft and dainty, and you're soft and dainty, but you're so powerful. You're not like, you know, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do that. You don't have that like energy. Your energy is soft, powerful, and calm and peaceful, but yet powerful. And the aspect of that, the essence of that is your confidence. Where does your confidence come from as a woman?
Honestly, I don't know. Like,
you don't know?
It's more so like, I just feel like when you finally get to a place where you're like, this is my life, this is who I am. You take it, you love it, you know what I'm saying? You build it. You don't really seek it in other things. You don't need that validation from other people. Once you're okay with yourself, like inner okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're happy with what you have going on, whether it's small or big. You're happy. I feel like you don't really look for that validation in other people or anybody else's opinion or anything.
Was it always like that growing up? No.
Like, I like, especially being like from a foreign family and English is not my first language, and my culture at home is completely different from the culture that I see outside. No, I was definitely calm, very quiet to myself, like timid almost in the beginning. I feel like a lot of my childhood, that's how I was.
Yeah, you didn't mention that in middle school, Maria was very quiet.
Timid, very quiet. You know, thought twice before she spoke a lot. And just kind of like, okay, well, trying to figure it out, I guess, or making sure like if I speak, I don't sound a certain type of way. But I feel like once I got into the place where it's like, okay, people just like you, like you're cool, like who you are, like having that understanding and respect of like, this is where I come from, but this is who I am now or whatever. It just became confidence, I guess. Yeah.
So building up to your confidence, what are some words you were hearing that was negative to you?
Girl, African, it's like, no, I'm kidding. But like things like that, things of those sorts. Like, you know, I was just really different. Just really like, I don't even know how to explain myself. I guess I was like very timid and quiet. Why are you so quiet? Why don't you speak? Why do you listen to this type of music? Little things like that. Or, you know, why do you dress like that? Because, you know, our younger ages, like, you know, our parents weren't really fashion forward. That's not what they're used to. So little things like that, I think used to kind of make me like, okay, well, let me stay in my corner right here. Because, like, the less they notice you, the less they'll say stuff, right?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Exactly. I feel like that's what it was for me. But as I grew up and started like finding what I like and just kind of creating my own identity, I think I became a little bit more like, okay, well, this is me. You know. So.
What I was really driving at is the fact that like on the route to becoming who you are and your confidence building, there's a lot of people who try to tell you where you should be comfortably on their level.
Definitely.
Or dress like this, talk like this, do your hair like this. You might want to do this. Like there's a lot of that shapes that actually shapes you because you tend to listen to them.
Absolutely.
So in what you were hearing, how did you kind of like block them off? Like, no, I'm going to be Maria. I'm going to be me.
It took a lot of like that though, like listening and trying it out and still not getting that positive response that I wanted. And then just kind of realizing like, no, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just being by yourself. I think when you're literally by yourself, I know like I take comfort in solitude, like being alone. In the beginning, it feels like you're missing something, but really like that's when you learn yourself the most. I feel like just taking that time to like, you know, being alone, things find you. Like what you like literally will find you. And I think that really is what
okay.
I guess. I don't know.
No, I love that. So right now in Main Gala, are we expecting more locations? What's the future of Main Gala like?
Maybe some more locations. Maybe branching into different avenues and stuff like that. I really want to focus more on the beauty outlet on it, like just the fact that like you could do different things, maybe products, tiers, and then like eventually in the future teaching, like schooling and stuff.
You want to have your Main Gala education, Main Gala school.
Because I feel like something that a lot of us don't have is the education part. Like a lot of the schools, cosmetology schools out here, they teach like predominantly Caucasian hair and like, you know, techniques and stuff. And like you open up your phone, there's like a whole different lane or different things that you know, we're learning, we're teaching ourselves.
YouTube is the academy.
Literally, right? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. We're passing these techniques around and some people see it, some people don't, but I feel like how amazing would it be if it was like taught in school for real, for anybody to learn, not just
professional level.
And it be accepted as a profession, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm
So let's not forget that you are a woman. Like you're a business babe, but you're also a woman. You desire marriage, you desire kids, you desire family. How does that look like for you in the near future?
I mean, I feel like that's something that I would like to happen for me sooner than later, obviously. At the age that I'm at. But I think things happen when it's supposed to. So, yeah, in the future, I mean, I would love to get married and have kids and, you know, live that life. Like, I would love to have that. I just feel like God is preparing me, he's probably preparing my husband too. So
oh, amen.
It's more of that for me at this point. It's not really a rushful thing for me, but it's when it happens, it will happen.
How do you see yourself managing mom, wife, business owner of businesses? How do you see yourself managing that?
I definitely think about that all the time because even now I'd be like, wow, this is so much. Like, imagine me with kids and doing this. I want to be a certain type of mom. Like, I want to be very, like, you know, involved in my children's life. Like, that's something like I'm very passionate about. So I guess for me, it's like, hopefully by then I'll have people being able to take care of this for me and I'll just kind of be the back end of it. It's kind of like, you know, there's like a million Walmarts, but we really don't know the owners, right?
True.
So it's like that. Hopefully I can get to that place before that.
You will, definitely. I believe in that. So whenever I come here to get my hair done, you know, we have a little girl chat all the time.
Definitely.
And one thing that we speak about a lot is submission. You're a successful young Black woman. You're very, very gorgeous.
Thank you.
You have everything, like you have the world in your hands. Right. How do you have all of that and seek to be a submissive wife? What does that look like for you? I want to touch on this because I think there's a thin line between I'm a business owner and I'm a wife. How do I match that together?
For me, I think it's more so of finding the right person, number one. And then for two, I think it's more so of okay, what do you need? Like, what can I provide you, right? And it's a vice versa thing. So I could submit 100%, but I'm going to make sure with that process, it's like something that is fulfilling for the both of us, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, I love that because I think about a lot. I see myself to be successful in the near future. I have to be. And I think about like, how can I also look at my friends who are mothers and wives. It's a lot of work.
It is.
How do you handle businesses with your husband's needs and your kids' needs? Like, I don't know how. Like, it's a lot. I'm not there yet, so I want to understand. But I like asking these questions because I know I will get there.
Definitely.
And we talked about submission enough for me to learn a lot from you and how you handle things. That you can be boss babe around the world, but at home,
turn it off.
Yeah,
you have to.
How do you just decide? Let me just turn it off. Do you mentally like, oh, I'm home, switch off?
Well, for me, I really don't know. Like for me personally, I feel like I have to find this sense of like peace in you. That's like okay. I'm tired of this. Like I'm going to where my peace is at, right? So like when I come to you, it's not even like that. I'm not even thinking of any of those things. I'm thinking of somebody who's in a higher place than me. Okay. Mentally, someone that I can just kind of drain myself through, speak to them, and just kind of like have a, like just somebody you could speak to, right? I don't know how else to explain it, but like you're my peace. Like you get what I'm saying? So at that moment, it comes easy to be like, okay, I put you in this place where I can just be my fullest self with you. I don't have to like be strong for you. Like I can be, but like you're there to be that for me. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the point in my life where I'm going to go back home, start writing down my plans and executing them. Because Maria said, get your butt up and work.
Bye.
So seeing how far you've come and the little timid Maria girl, what would you tell her right now?
Don't be so hard on yourself. Just be patient. Or whatever. Like they're gonna feel you. Like they're gonna understand. They're gonna see you, you know, for who you are. So just don't be so hard on yourself.
Okay. Yeah. And then one last thing, like there's a little girl watching you. They want to go into the beauty business. They want to start a business. No, let's make it broader. They want to start a business, but they're running through hell and back with like what they want to do. They're going through a lot of struggles. What is your advice?
I would just say do whatever your heart is telling you to do. So a lot of times people go back and forth with what they want to do because they're listening to the outside world.
Yeah.
Be still, stand still, listen to what you really want to do and accept it, and then think of all the things you need to do to get there. You know, like cut out the outside noises and go for it. That's really all I would say to somebody who's watching me right now.
I love it. I'm gonna be still. I'm gonna go home and say, God, what do I need to do? Let me look at the plan you have for me. Am I doing it right? No, like, what do you want me to do? And I think that's the secret, honestly, including God, because God's gonna give you what He needs you to have, and it's gonna be more than what you actually thought you needed. Like this store, I'm pretty sure is more than what Atlanta gave you, more than what the other store gave you. Before we close, I just want to say a big thank you to you. Allow me to speak to you and just being vulnerable about your journey in businesses. I've heard a lot of things about it's not easy, but you were able to go in depth and tell me, you know, your struggles, and that allowed me to see other aspects of businesses. It's not the Instagram picture, it's not the TikTok, it's not looking good, it's not the car you drive, but girl, am I sleeping? Am I healthy? Am I mentally okay? What's making me cry? Like those moments that happen in businesses, and I'm glad you're able to share that, because now when somebody watches you, like, oh wait, let me think, do I want to start a business? Do I want to do this for real? Because am I ready for this fight? Because it is a fight to what your success may look like. So I want to say a big thank you.
No problem.
To being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
No, like you it's an honor, it's a pleasure interviewing you, honestly. She said shut up. Okay, fine, I'll stop. Much love as well. So thank you.
No problem.